Alright guys, my name is Goblin, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your mount faster in Classic WoW. So there are three main gimmicks in the game that are going to increase your mount speed, and the total mount speed that you can achieve it's either going to be 115 or 118.5. The reason why I say that is because the information that I've researched online is a little bit skew-with, is a little bit disputed. I've been looking at old WoW wiki pages and old WoWhead comments, and some say this, some say that, so it's all a bit, skew-with. But what you can do is use this macro in-game to tell you your precise movement speed. So if anyone out there has all these free gimmicks equipped on their character, please do use the macro and tell us, to inform the community what the precise movement speed actually is, and I'll basically pin that comment in the comment section below. Just before jumping, guys, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch, as I'm streaming over there as much as I can. So the first gimmick is a popular one that most people know about. It's a trinket called Carrot on a Stick. The tooltip says that it increases your mount speed by 3%, but I've heard some people saying that the actual amount is 5%. Not sure why that is. Anyway, to obtain this trinket, you have to go on a little bit of a journey, to be honest. First of all, you get the quest from... The quest is called Gazrilla, and you get it from Whizzle Brass Bolts in the Shimmering Flats, and it's a quest to basically go into Zul'Farrak. However, the boss that it's asking you to kill isn't automatically in the dungeon. You're going to have to summon it using a different method. So what you're going to do is you need to go to the hinterlands, then you will find a mob in the game called Quagga the Keeper, which is a female troll who is also a level 50 elite located on top of the altar of Zul. The coordinates are 4868. What you do is you kill her and she should drop the Sacred Mallet. And I've recently found out that the Sacred Mallet will drop for every single party member in the group, so that is a bonus. Then what you do is you take the Sacred Mallet to Jinfalor altar at coordinates 5977. Then you use the mallet on the altar and it will turn into the Mallet of the Zul'Farrak. And then you can use it on the gong in Zul'Farrak to summon the Gazrilla boss. Pretty straightforward. And then obviously you kill the boss, you loot the scale, you take it back, and there you go, you've got your 3% mount speed trinket. And definitely keep hold of it, because we're going to stack it with two other effects to, obviously provide a significant mount speed increase. The next thing we have is the Mithril Spurs, which is a boot enchant, and it increases your mount speed by 8%. This is a recipe drop. It's a very rare world drop that drops from mobs about higher than level 40. But once the game's been out for a little bit, you probably will be able to find it on the auction house fairly easily. It has a slightly increased chance to drop from the Dragonkin and Sunken Temple. If you want to go out of your way and farm this, then I'd recommend probably farming Sunken Temple. What I'd recommend you do is obviously enchant this onto boots that you don't use for raiding, because obviously you want your best in slot DPS enchant on your boots, whatever that may be for whatever class you're playing. What I'd recommend is having a separate pair of boots for the the movement speed increase. And don't just get like a random crappy piece of gear, because there's a chance that when you're in the open world you're going to get dismounted by by a player, and if you have that just a little less armor or a little less stats, that might be detrimental to to your survival. So I'd recommend getting like a high stamina piece, like a cloth gear, whatever, plate gear, and enchanting it with that. And then what I'd recommend furthermore is basically using an equip macro, which I'm gonna basically leave in the description, to equip the trinket and the enchanted boots and the next thing that I'm going to talk about all in one macro. And then like a macro that you can basically press to equip your mount speed increasing buffs, and then you press it again and it equips your normal gear. So basically like a little macro that you can press, and then bosh, Bob's your uncle, you've got your increased mount speed. The last gimmick I have for you is the Riding Skill Glove Enchant. Again, this is a rare recipe drop. It's like a world drop, but it also has a slightly increased chance to drop from world bosses, particularly the Emerald... Is it the Emerald Green Dragons? The green Emerald Dream Dragons? And some raid bosses as well, like Onyxia and Neltharion. So, again, it's one of those things, if Classic WoW hasn't been out for a while, so these items that I'm telling you about, they're probably quite rare to come by, but once the game has been out for a while, they're probably very easy to come by, and some random enchanters probably picked up the enchant, and they're probably going to be more common the longer the game has been out for. And again, I would recommend putting this into a macro with everything else and having that equip macro, and it is it's a glove, it is a piece of gear. So again, I'd recommend having a high stamina piece, just in case for that rare occasion that you might get dismounted by a player and have to have like a little skirmish when you're on your mount. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video there. All these effects should stack up to 118.5% movement speed increase, and it is important to note that they do not stack with any other form of movement speed increase. Mount speed buffs are totally different to movement speed buffs, so that's something to bear in mind. It doesn't stack with Pursuit of Justice talent either, and it doesn't stack with Crusader Aura, so you can't like get a ridiculous amount of mount speed from that. And basically, this is the fastest you can get your mount before TBC. When TBC comes out, you can apparently rack it up to 120% with Riding Crop that you get from Neverwing or something like that. But yeah, 118.5% movement speed increase. It is definitely going to make you stand out. If you take the effort to get all these gimmicky items and stack them together and actually use them, you are going to be able to get to locations faster. And I can definitely see this being very useful in world PvP as well. If you're trying to chase someone down on a mount, the chances are he's not going to, the guy you're trying to chase will not have these items. And if you do, you're going to have that slight physical edge by being able to catch up to people, and you're just generally going to be able to get around faster than everyone else, and people are going to ask you questions. And yeah, it's just I just think it's a cool thing to take the time to work on. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end the video there. My name is Mithril Spurs. Until my next video, ciao.